Do you struggle every morning trying to get the perfect messy bun? Is your sleep constantly interrupted by tucking loose curls back into your bonnet? Me too. In a family with 3 curly girls, we find our fair share of these struggles. Much of our time is spent searching for the perfect treatments and products to eliminate frizz and keep our strands moisturized. This got me to thinking, what makes my hair different from hers, and from yours? The structure that we struggle over starts beneath the surface in the follicle. The follicle is where cells reproduce into new hair cells, adding length to the root and making the hair shaft grow longer. Follicles consist of many different structures that make up the color and condition of one's hair. At the very base of the follicle, there is the papilla, where blood vessels connect to nourish the hair cells and help them to grow. Around the papilla is the hair bulb. The hair bulb has cells called melanocytes, which is responsible for determining the color of one's hair. Moving up the follicle, you'll find the sebaceous gland that produces an oily substance that helps keep your hair conditioned. Follicle shape has a lot to do with the curl type and textures of one's hair. Kyra Botanicals says that follicle shape ranges from perfectly circular to flat oval. The perfectly circular follicle is associated with stick straight hair, whereas the flat oval shape is associated with more kinky, textured hair. And of course, there are many variations in between. The hair shaft is made up of dead keratinized hair cells and is the visible portion of the hair. It consists of 3 main layers: the medulla, whether present or absent, the cortex, where the pigment is stored, and the cuticle, the part we see. On the cuticle, there are cysteines, which are amino acids with strong sulfur-containing chemical groups. The sulfur of these chemical groups bond with other sulfur chemical groups and create SS bonds. Usually, the more SS bonds you have going in one direction, the more curl your hair has. Genes and evolution also play a role in determining hair type, but mostly in theoretics. Little is known about what specific gene is responsible for hair type, but many point to trichohyalin as a gene that probably affects follicle shape. Curly hair also seems to be more dominant of a feature than straight hair, but it's actually an incomplete dominant trait, meaning that usually the outcome is an intermediate inheritance. For example, my mother's hair is nearly stick straight, but my father's hair is very kinky. If kinks were dominant, I would theoretically have kinky hair as well, but since it's an incomplete dominance, I wound up having more loose curls. There are also theories in evolution on why curly hair came to be, like the ability of coiled hair to keep the UV waves away from the scalp and trap cool air. So the next time your hair won't cooperate, remember that your uniqueness is not only scientific, but it's also beautiful.